Hey everyone, welcome back to Camp Keyframe. My name is Bas, and in today's video I will show you how I animate this logo. So this logo was actually sent to me by a fellow YouTuber called Jeremy Mura. He's a designer from Sydney, Australia, and he emailed me to do a collaboration. I said, sure, why not, let's do it. And he made this logo for me, it's a fictional logo from Just Juice. Australian-made juice, cold pressed, and he made this just so I can animate it. And he made some mistakes, not mistakes, but he did some things on purpose that are not very beneficial to me when I'm animating. So just so I can show you how it's the best way, what's the best way to deliver something to an animator when you're making an illustration. So he used some techniques that look good on an illustration and an Illustrator, but they don't translate very well to After Effects, and I need to rebuild them there. So he did that on purpose, just so you know, so I'm going to rebuild them. So it's a logo animation, straightforward. It's a 1080 by 1080 artboard. He made different colors versions as well. I picked this one because I like this one the best, and I'm going to animate this right now. So I'm in, here's After Effects. I'm going to make, because this is a 1080, this is a 1080 by 1080 comp, so I'm going to make a new composition. 1080 by 1080, 25 frames per second, that's great. And it can be 10 seconds long, that's all right. All right, we can close these ones. I'm going to name this Just Juice logo and place that in my comps folder, which I have this nice folder structure here, just to keep everything organized. Go back to Illustrator. I'm going to select this back layer first, and I'm going to use the plugin called Overlord to export all my layers into After Effects. I made a separate tutorial about this if you want to know how this works. But what I can basically do is select the shape, click this button, and boom, here it is in After Effects. I'm going to call that my background, and I'm going to lock that because I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to back here, lock it here as well, so I can't use it anymore or anything, I can't do anything wrong with it. And then we have this logo. These are all different shapes and stuff. So I'm going to just take a look at this, how this is built up, just to show you my workflow of how I'm going to recreate this in After Effects, or how I'm going to animate this. So we have, let's see, we have this purple background, I guess. Yep, this purple, it has a drop shadow you can see here in my appearances, with a darker red color and then the background, it's blurred. So that won't translate to After Effects, so we're going to need to recreate that, because when I can just import this for, like this, and now we have this shape without any drop shadow. Main shape. All right, I can lock that as well. So don't forget, I'm going to have to recreate that drop shadow in After Effects. And then we have this text over here. It's already outlined. There is no text in here. It's just outlined. So that's great. So always when you're creating a design and you're sending it to an Illustrator or to an animator, sorry, make sure you right-click. Let's see here, test. You make sure you right-click it and then create outlines. So it's not a text anymore, editable text anymore, because when the person opening the file doesn't have the font you're using, he cannot. It doesn't look good. It will look weird. Okay, so I have this. Well, if I import this, then it's just I want this to be separate letters. So I'm going to go into this group. Then we have all these separate letters here. I'm going to select them all and then push them into After Effects here. So no, I have to click this button first to split shapes to layers. Then I'm going to place it in here, and then we have all these separate layers. There we go. There's all these ones. I'm going to give this a different color, like seafoam, and they're all called Isolation Mode 1 till 22. And I'm going to rename them with my Motion V2 plugin, which I recommend you use. Name, I'm just going to call this Upper Text. I'm going to rename, boom. Now I'll call that, and I'm going to move the anchor point to the middle with this little plugin here. All right, and I'm going to select all of them. I'm going to click this little button here, so they are shy. So when I click this button here, they all disappear. They're still in here when I click it open, but I just can't see them anymore. So first I'm going to lock them, and then I'm going to put them away. So I have a bit more clear field of view in my timeline here. Okay, so I'm going to press Command 2 in Illustrator to lock them as well, because I always lock everything I'm done with, just so I know that I don't have to deal with it anymore. I'm going to open this as well, do the same thing here, open that here in After Effects, select them all, and I'm going to name them, Bottom text, rename. Great. Give them a different color as well. I'm going to shy them. Oh, no, first. Yeah, that's great. All right. Go back here. I'm going to lock that as well. Then we have this cold pressed text. It's also different letters. I'm going to do the same thing here. Just a bunch of the same things I'm going to do. I'm going to put the anchor point in the middle, and I'm going to name this cold pressed rename. Make that pink. All right, hide them. And of course the same thing here again. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the animation. I'm just importing everything into After Effects step by step. I could do this all at once. Hold on. Let's call this 2019 just to be quick. I can select all my layers in Illustrator instantly, and then import them all at once, which will be way faster than this. But I'm just going to show you step by step what I want to do with the different shapes I have. So that's all done. We have this thing left here. We have the main logo left, and we have these lines left. Start with this thing. It's a group. If I open it, then it's grouped again. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to select everything and then press Command-Shift-G a couple times to ungroup everything. And you can see that this thing here, oh, there it is. Now I think this has a blending mode or anything or something. Transparency, multiply. Yeah, okay. So let's just ungroup this here. 1, 2, 3. We have ungroup them. So now we have different shapes. Yeah, okay. I'm going to push them in here as well. There you go. I'm gonna call this icon. All right. Yep. Goodbye. So done with that one. Oh, I'm gonna group that here again, and then press Command 2 to lock it. And then we have this Just Juice logo, and it has a drop shadow. As I said earlier, drop shadows don't translate or copy into After Effects. So I'm going to ungroup this because I want to animate these letters individually. All right, they're all individual. And this one is made together, but I think I want to animate these letters individually and then make this T like, blend with the J later on. And I see there's a little bit mistake here, so I'm just going to delete that little anchor point there and there as well, just to be nice and tidy, and those as well. So I'm gonna draw a line here, like that, and make it a line, and then select the TJ logo, the letters and this line. Going to my Pathfinder, and I'm going to select this one. No, which you want to divide? Yeah, sorry, divide. So I'm gonna split those layers in two. All right. I'm just going to copy the J from over here, so I have the perfect letter J here. I'm going to ungroup that one, delete this one, place that back. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to select both of these. I'm going to drag these in a little bit. And yeah, like that. Just do it on side right now. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now I have all these different letters here. Oops. Yeah, great. I'm going to select all of them and import them into After Effects. All right, Just Juice logo. Get back. Different color, purple, fine. This one. Okay, the only thing I have left here is this layer over here. Okay. So this is our 3 or 6 lines here, and those are grouped together, and those are grouped together. Those are just strokes, but they are masked within this within a shape. So I'm going to right-click that and then release the clipping mask, and then I'm going to delete that clipping mask. Delete this one. I'm going to select this. Press Command-Shift-G, so they are ungrouped. So I'll do that a couple of times. Yeah, like that. So now there are different shapes. Okay. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to import them as well. And I'm also going to recreate that mask later on. like that. Yeah, okay, great. So select both the three of them and then go to name and then lines or something. Right, we're done with renaming. A couple of hours later, okay. It takes a little time, but it's worth it, guys, just to be neat and tidy in your lib, because everything is now really nicely organized. There's a lot of layers, like 91 for this little logo, but it's just that makes it a whole lot better if you animate everything separately instead of just have this Just Juice logo pop in all by itself. Now we want different letters, so just to make the animation more interesting. So let's start animating this thing. I'm going to start with my main shape here. I'm going to open that up, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to solo these two out here. And how I'm going to do this, I think I'm just going to scale this down, scale and rotation. All right, let's do this quickly here. Just scale it down. Maybe rotate it a little bit. Yeah, like 180. Using Flow here, my plugin, to create nice and quick eases. Yeah, that's great. All right, just a fun little twist there. Cool, that's fine. All right, let's just keep it at that. I'm going to make this easy, not do too much wizardly stuff, just make it look cool. I'm going to give this my drop shadow later on, because I want to do something special. I'm going to make it like a grainy shadow underneath, but I'm going to do that later on because it's yeah, just the finishing touches. Okay, unsolo these. I'm going to lock this layer. Let's just start with the easy part with this text under here. So that's this text here. Let's select all of those bottom text, single them out. These bottom two as well. I'm going to put the anchor point in the middle of the shapes with my move anchor point tool here. Give them all a keyframe for position. So P, and I click the stopwatch. And I'm going to want to end them there, and I'm going to cut the layer off here, and now I'm going to slide them all out of the screen, out of the shape, like one by one. So I want to have them all to pop into the purple shape. So this is maybe a boring little bit, so I'm going to fast forward this. Okay. So now they're all, let's see, here they are. Yeah, I'm going to select all of these keyframes. Whoops. I'm going to give them some easing so they all pop in like that nicely. Okay, so now I'm going to make a pre-comp out of them. So pressing Command-Shift-C to make a pre-comp, and I'm going to call that bottom text. Boom. And this way I'm also cleaning up my timeline. Not like 100 layers in there. Click the rasterize button here to make them look nice and crisp. And now I can just select this main shape. I'm going to press Command D to duplicate it. I'm calling that bottom text matte. Just give that a none for color. And I'm going to place that right above my bottom text. So now I can't see them anymore. And my bottom text, I'm going to go to switch modes and track matte, and I'm going to alpha matte the bottom text matte. So now this bottom text is only visible within this shape here, so like that. Boom. Yeah, nice and easy. Okay, and I'm going to go into this shape, into this pre-comp. I'm going to do something special with this because, let's see, I'm going to select all of these layers. And I have my plugin called Rift here because I want these outer letters or words to come into the screen first and then work their way up to the middle. So I'm going to select all of these, yeah, and I'm going to select keys here, layer as well, and I'm going to go arrange sequence, yeah, like that. So now I have to put an ascent and press this a couple of times, and you can see my layers shifting here. Yeah, I'm going to do the same with this, but then going to descend them, click, click, twice. So if I go back here, I think we can do that a bit more. Click, click. And these ones on ascending as well. So it's a bit nicer. I'm going to make it a bit fast. We're going to press the tilde key while hovering here to make this full screen. And I'm going to place these a bit in here. reapply my easing just to be sure. Yeah, nice. That looks better. Where is it? Over here. Yeah, cool. Okay, great. So I'm going to do the same thing with my upper text here. So like a little bit of consistency. Yeah, nice. Because it's the same idea here. So I'm going to fast forward this again till I have the same idea as the bottom text here. Yeah, so here we are again with, I've got this top text animated the same as the bottom one. So I'm going to leave that for now. So that's fine. And now I have a lot less layers because those were the most layers as well. So now I only have this left. So I'm going to unsingle these so I can see everything again. Okay, so that moves in like that. Great. And let's go with the cold pressed. Now let's go to the just use text for now, because that's like the main part at the middle of the screen. There's where your eye is looking at. I'm going to position this as well. And then I'm going to, I think, yeah, press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, and these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. I'm going to cut this layer off and give them some animation as well here, or some easing. Yeah, I'm going to do the same as the other layers. I'm going to, oh, what's this? Oh, this is J. U-I-C-E. I'm just going to have to realign these in the layer panel. Yeah, okay. So one I'm just going to do this by hand instead of using the Rift plugin. But I wanted this, let's see, this T to come in first, like that. Yep. And then we have the J here and the U. Yep. So the J and then the U and then the I and then the C and then the E. Yeah, they can also be faster. Whoops. Apply again. All right. Cool. Yeah, and now they're overlapping with these shapes, but which doesn't look nice, but later on that's going to be fixed, of course. So like that, and then the T here can go to contents, group 1, path 1, add a keyframe for that. This shape, and I'm going to extend this now, so I'm going to place this here, and then select all of these and just drag them out here. Oops. Just so it connects with the J. Give this a different kind of easing, maybe this one. All right. I think I'm going to change the order because now the T and the J are like overlapping when they're moving in. So I'm just going to move the just from up to down and juice from down to up, because now they are backwards. So let's see how I'm going to do this. Place them all at the same here again. Let's place them down and then just put this back. And the same here as well. Oh, no, this one. I'm gonna, well, these ones, please. Where is this position? Yeah, like that. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to make the animation of this T moving out a little bit later when they're perfectly aligned. Yeah. Okay, just juice. Nice. I'm going to just group them together. Just juice logo. All right. Boom. Make them like purple or something. Okay, I'm going to lock that as well. Now I'm going to place it Oops, what am I doing? Unlock everything here. So now the Just Juice logo is also animated. Let's go to this cold pressed. Position. Same thing here. And I'm all giving these like the same kind of animation, which may seem a bit boring, but I will assure you it's not, because when everything is combined, it will look really good. I hope. Okay, and then that's fine as well. I'm going to cold pressed, boom. Turn that on, lock that as well. Establish 2019, position, keyframe, boom, boom. Alright, cut those layers off. I'm going to like the half of it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And give that some easing, please. My lord. Well, this looks horrible as well right now. But not when I put my magic on it. Okay. I recommend everybody to use plugins to create animations quickly and easily. Fine, okay. 2019. Boom. So we're nearing the end here of animating every individual piece. Then later on we're going to look at timing, but now we're just going to animate every little piece individually. Let's go with these with this logo here. I'm going to lock these lines, and we have this icon. Okay. Let's see how I'm going to animate this little thing. I think I'm going to try something just to put the anchor point at the top right corner here, and the top left corner and the bottom left corner. And if I select them and go to scale and rotation, I think I'm going to give them all a keyframe. And let's see, I want them all to start at 0 scale, of course. No, I'm just going to do rotation first so I can see what I'm doing. Let's see, something like that. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to put this at 65, and then this one as well. And this one as well. I don't know how this is going to look, but maybe it sucks. Okay, and then scale them to 0. So now they do that, of course, because they're all doing the same thing from one shape, from one corner. So let's give them some easing to start with, and then if I offset them, I think it will look good. I'll do this later. So maybe like this. Yeah, that looks nice already. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's great. Just easy. Just maybe a bit slower. And this little shape here, I'm going to call this, let's call this shadow. Oh, shadow. I'm going to place that top of this. No, which one is the last one? This one here. I'm going to parent that to this shape here. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. And this, you're gonna have to be here, your little anchor point U, and this at the bottom right. Give this a scale up from 0, boom, ease it out, and I'm going to give this a rotation. So rotation, you can stop here, your latest keyframe. I'm going to maybe put this one over here and this one there, like that. I'm going to just single out the rotation here by pressing R, go to my motion and go click on Excite, which is a really fun, or a really quick and easy way to give this some life. Not at the same time. Always offset your layers a little bit so they're not going at the same time. And I think I'm going to change this small one to 18. Instead of minus 18, I'm going to plus 18, so they're moving in the same way, which looks better, yeah. Play around with these keyframes a bit on what the timing should be, and just watch your stuff over and over back again. All right, and maybe I'm going to give them also a position. Let's see, the position, they can maybe start here a little bit. All right, and press Command R so I can, P and then Command S, so I can place these at the same spot here. Okay. Just zoom out a bit, see how that looks. Let's cut the layers off a bit here. No, that's not. I think the rotation can be a bit more. So I'm going to make this a bit more here. And this one as well. Yep. And then I'm going to put the position of this one here. And the scale. Fine. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. The logo. That's great. What's this? The shadow. I'm going to cut that off and place it. Make it as long as this layer. Okay, I'm going to comb this together. Icon. All right, and maybe I'm going to give this a little animation as well. Maybe give this some position, as this whole thing some position. Maybe down a bit. Maybe some rotation as well. Let's try that. If it doesn't need to be too much here. Nah, I don't like that. Okay, just delete that. Okay. Okay, let's make it a bit further down. Yeah, okay. So now we have everything but these lines here. So let's see, let's open these ones up. And what do we have here? Okay, I'm going to trim paths these from the middle outwards. So if let's see where my start is, at like 50%, I think, yeah. So I'm going to make two keyframes here from the start and the end. I'm going to back in time. I'm going to place both at 50, because then they grow out from the middle like that. I'm going to give them a rounded corner because I think that fits better with this with the shapes we have. So go to this one. I have butt capper my plugin because you need to go into your group and to your path, to your stroke, and then to your line cap, and then put it at a round cap. But you can also just use butt capper plugin, which is free, and I click this button and then you have a round cap immediately without going deep into this layer. Let's give these ones the same effect. If I go in here and I open this one up, go to trim or select these keyframes, and press Command C, Command V on these two, and they all have that. Okay. Oh, that's not the right easing. Let's go with a chord in and out. It's way too fast. Maybe alter this a little bit. Also, this plugin flow is a must have for me. I don't want to go into this because you're just recreating what you can see here, but then way quicker and easier over here. Let's see, this is the middle one. This is the top one. Maybe offset them as well a little bit. Nice. Yeah, okay. I'm going to pre-comp those to the lines top. Right, and I'm going to duplicate them and then turn them around. Boom, there you go. Instantly. Nice. All right. So now we're going to go look at our timing, because now everything is just animated individually, but they're not timed together, right? So that's the next step. And I'm also going to unlock everything, background, not the background. I'm going to parent everything to my main shape. So when I move my main shape, everything moves along with it. Okay. So what I want to see first is the Just Juice logo, I think. Let's just, I'm going to play around with the timing of these things right now. I'm going to hide these two layers here because I don't want to see those matte layers. Okay, nice, like that. So the main shape, you can lock that as well. So the upper text, bottom text, Just Juice logo. Let's put that first here. Let's see, where do we want this? We want this because now when it's because it's parented to the main shape, it also takes over its scaling, the scaling motion animation. So maybe that looks cool. Just Juice, maybe just a bit later here. That's kind of nice. Okay, the upper and bottom text. Let's see what happens when we place those here. Yeah, I think I want to have them come in when the logo is done turning around. No, just a bit later, I think, and offset them a little bit. Okay, let's make it easy. Maybe I want to change the timing of those letters. Let's look later on. Cold pressed. Okay, let's look how we can animate that, time that. Okay, let's do it like that. 2019. I'm just going to try some stuff out here. This is too close together because they're overlapping. So put this 2019 a bit later here, and we can also give that some position maybe later on. Let's see what we want to do with that. Okay, when we have this icon here, I think that can be really early, maybe even before the Just Juice. I'm going to put that below the Just Juice logo as well because they're overlapping a bit. I think it's fine if they do, but this one just needs to be behind that one. Okay. Yeah. That's great. And then we have the lines. I'm just going to, maybe they can go at the same time. I think they can go, maybe they are too slow. So I'm going to open this up and place them back a little bit. And because I duplicated the comp in here, these are actually the same comps. And because I duplicated the comps in here, because I made the lines for the top, pressed Command D in here, and then turn them around. So they are actually, if I change anything here, if I delete this one, then it's also deleted in the other one. So when I alter something, the other comp is altered as well. If you do not want that to happen, you go to your comp, it's called lines top, and you can duplicate it in here, and then it will make an actual copy of it, and then you can replace it. So let's do that just to try. Let's make this lines bottom. I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to hold Option on my keyboard and drag this onto this layer, and now it's replaced with the lines bottom. So if I change anything in my lines top, I'm going back here, then it's not changed because this now is the lines bottom. It's a different comp, which I just made. But if you duplicate it in here, then it's the same comp you're using. I don't want it to be a different one right now, because it's great if it's the same one, because I want them to do the same thing exactly. Let's place them a bit earlier as well. Okay, nice. Whoops, I don't want to zoom out here. Okay, let's see. What do we think of this? Yeah, that looks nice. Do we want to give this rotation? Maybe a little bit of an excite. And not too much, of course, because then, that really sucks. The overshoot can be 10. And the bounce can be 20. Let's see how that looks, and it can go a bit faster. Yeah, I think that's better. Nice. Okay. Right. and the Just Juice logo needs the drop shadow. So I can do this in multiple ways. I'm going to go in here. Let's just get composition settings. Let's make this background like a red color for now. No, not that. Yeah, it's not anything is not changing here. It's just how my background looks, but it's still an alpha layer, as you can see. It's just the background looking red right now, just for my view. I'm going to duplicate all of them in here and place them down. Give them the color of none. And I had this, let's see what this color is here. That's this purple. Copy that. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make all that color and then make that darker like that. And I'm going to I don't need this animation here. Right, so I'm going to go to position and then create a keyframe here and place that back and then move that out a little bit, not too much. Okay, and then I'm going to cut them off right there. And I'm going to give that some easing and make them all. I want to go different direction. So just use first, and that can go a bit faster, like that. Put it up, yeah, nice. And now I just need to time that. Okay. When do I want this? Maybe here? No. The animation needs to be done. Or is it cool if it's here? Yeah. I'm just going to leave it over here. Bam. So when it's done, and then a bit later on, the shadow pops out. Okay, like that. Nice. Okay, did we miss anything? If I go back to this over here, I think we have everything right, except for the drop shadow. Yeah, so what I can do, of course, is give this main shape a layer style drop shadow, if I want, and then alter that. But I want to make this a bit more grainy. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this main shape, actually, and delete all of this. And I'm going to make this main shape shadow, put them below that one, and I'm going to parent it to the main shape. And I'm going to place that down a little bit, and the color will be this red, but then a bit darker, a whole lot darker actually, like that. Yeah. Maybe scale it up a little bit. And I'm going to give this an effect which is called blur, or fast box blur. There you go. Blur it out a little bit. Great, okay. And then I'm going to give this another effect, which is called, it's in the noise and grain folder. It's called noise alpha. And then I'm going to zoom in here. You can see what I'm about to do. Put the amount up a little bit, not too much, to make it a bit grainy. And I kind of like that effect right there. And then I can play around with these settings just to get a nice effect here. Maybe make it a bit more blurry, maybe make this opacity a bit less, so it's a bit less dark. Yeah, I like that noise. Okay. Oh, I see I forgot something, of course. You can see them now because now the shadow is here, because you can see that these lines need to be masked, of course, within this purple layer. And I can see that now because now my shadow is revealing that, and before I couldn't. So let's do that real quick as well. The main shape, I'm going to duplicate that and put that up here. I'm going to call that, let's see, lines matte, and the color none. I'm going to place them above my lines. Okay, and I'm going to duplicate them by pressing Command D and place them on top of these, and give this alpha matte and the alpha matte. So like that. So now that's nice and cleaned up there. And I'm going to make these. Do have an animation? Yeah, I'm going to delete them as well, just to make it clean. and I'm going to parent them to my main shape, because when I alter my main shape animation, I have to alter the animation of these masks as well, which I don't want to do. So when they're parented to this shape, they'll always be the same and updated live, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's hide them for now. Okay. Yeah, and I want this this shadow, it's really dark and visible here. I just want it to be only visible when it's right here. So I'm just going to animate the opacity of that to right here and then start at 0. Boop. Yeah, right that. And what is also cool, what I want to do is animate this grain. So I'm going to, because now it's just standing still, which is fine, but I want to make it a bit moving a little bit, so it gets a bit more live. So I'm going to go in here and to my effects and to my noise alpha, and then to my random seed. I'm going to option click on this stopwatch and give this an expression. I'm gonna type posterize. Whoops. Posterize time 6. So this is gonna tell this layer to animate every 6 frames. And I'm gonna go and type time times 750, and then we have this animation here. And what I can see here is that my all my stuff is disappearing over here because they are not they're cut off right there. So I'm gonna have to go into these compositions and make these like make them 20 and drag everything out. All right, and then this one as well. Composition settings 20, just to make it long enough. I'm just gonna fast forward through this again. Okay, like that. So now they're all nicely, they're long enough, so they just keep standing there, right? Oh, yeah. My lines, they are not. Well, they're fine. Okay, so great. So this looks great. One last detail I'm going to add, I think, is to add another grainy, shadowy effect inside my purple layer. So duplicate this main shape once more, put it on top, and yeah, I'm going to, no, I don't need this right now. Wait, I'm going to draw it myself. Just a little shape in this corner here. So I'm just going to give this a fill, which I can see, like whitish, like that. I'm just going to draw this shape here, like that. I'm just going to make this really big, like that. Put the opacity down just for now so I can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Just make it go. Let's make it nice and smooth, following the lines of the outside purple shape like this. Okay, something like that, I guess. Yeah, that looks good. And then I need to shape. I do need to shape again. Put it on top. Pressing Command Shift N bracket. Put it all the way on top. This we're gonna call purple grain. Purple grain. And this is will be the purple grain matte. Okay. And this, now we can see it a bit better, that it doesn't quite look, oops, oh, hold on there. That's not what I want to do at all. Okay, not quite. Yeah, well, we're gonna blur it out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The color of this will be purple, the same as this, boom. Yeah, and then of course go to Effect, and where is it? Blur, Fastbox blur. Okay, like that, and then again my noise, HLS, no, oops, my noise alpha, and turn it up, make this purple and put that all the way down. And I think I'm going to, because now it's a bit a bit hard in the corner here. I'm just going to move this whole shape up. Let's see, a little bit right there. Yeah, and then, whoops. I think I'm gonna give it more blurriness, just to make it fan out a bit more, and then put the opacity down a bit, so it's not that hard, so harsh. Yeah, and I'm going to go into my other grain layer, my shadow layer here, and if I double press E on my keyboard, so EE, I'm going to open all my expressions. So these are the expressions made by the Excite effect we put on it. But this posterized time effect, let's Command C, copy that, press U to close everything up. Go to my purple grain, content, no, effects, noise alpha, random seed, option click, paste, boom. Now it also has that animation inside there. And maybe just to top it all off, maybe give this some color grading. And also maybe, no, the grain inside there is fine. Just choose. Now I think it looks really good. Right, layer, new, adjustment layer for a little more awesomeness. And then I'm going to give this just some general noise. Where is it? Noise here. And put it up a little bit just to make it all a bit color noise, no. Oh, that's not like, maybe put it at 3 to make it all a bit less harsh, and just give it a bit more life, like that. All right. Well, I think we're there. I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's put that here so we can rewatch it 1,000 times. So this is an animation of this Just Juice logo created by Jeremy Mura. Go follow him on his channel. He makes tutorials about mostly Illustrator and design tips and everything. So yeah, I think it looked great. It's a bit playful. It has some nice grain effects, some moving grains. I hope you learned some new techniques here and some cool tricks and tips. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments. It would also be great if you would like this video or even consider subscribing to this channel to make this channel grow. We just hit 10,000 subscribers this week, which I'm really proud of, and I'm talking like this is beginning of 2020. And thank you all for the love and support. I hope you liked this video, and I hope to see you on the next camp keyframe as well. Thanks, bye bye.